Chuwi has been known for good yet affordable tablets, and the Hibook is one of their latest offerings. This is Linus, learn more in our full review. The tablet comes with the USB-C cable, a power plug, and some paperwork. I also have an optional keyboard, which is a great addition to have, but more on that later on. When it comes to the display, we have a 10.1 inches 1080p LCD panel. It is a pretty good and sharp display with a little bit colder looking colors. It is a good panel if you use the tablet in lower lit environment. However, the screen is very reflective and it acts as a mirror almost all the time. In addition, it has a poor sunlight legibility if you use the tablet outdoors. Keep in mind that removing the pre-installed screen protector may reduce the reflection, but the display does not have any protective materials like Gorilla Glass. The main selling point of this tablet is that it runs both Android 5.1 and full version of Windows 10 out of the box. Also, the tablet can be attached to the keyboard to increase productivity. The Hibook sports an all-metal design, good build quality, and it weighs 550 grams. We have just 2 megapixel selfie camera, which is quite terrible as the images simply look bad. Also, we have the LED light which starts flashing when the device is charging. We have only a home button which works just fine in both Android and Windows. On the top there are usual buttons which are also made out of metal and they have a good tactile feedback. On the left side we have a bunch of ports that include a headset jack, a micro HDMI, micro USB, USB-C port, and the micro SD card slot. Also, we have stereo speakers on the left and right side of the tablet. The sound quality is kind of mediocre, however. On the backside, there is a 5 megapixels camera, which is pretty horrible as the front-firing camera. Well, I hope you are not that guy who takes pictures with a tablet anyway. Overall, this tablet is well built and you simply can't ask more for the price. However, the display is very reflective and the cameras are poor. I'm very impressed with the design and overall quality of the keyboard. It uses metal casing on the top and plastic on the bottom. The buttons are easy to press and comfortable to type on. Also, they have a good travel and feedback. It took me just a few hours to get used to it to start typing normally. The keyboard has a trackpad, which is good but not great. It is fairly responsive, but it does not recognize the input if you, for example, scroll the web page very fast. You have to know that the keyboard does not have an embedded battery and it uses the power of the attached tablet. There are 2 USB 2.0 ports which are great for connecting peripherals and USB sticks, but keep in mind that they would not recognize devices like external disk drives. Attaching a tablet to the keyboard is very simple, but removing the tablet requires a little bit of extra effort. I'm absolutely okay with that as I prefer the tablet to stay firmly. The latching mechanism works fine and it holds the tablet in one position firmly. However, it could move a little bit more gracefully. Chuwi Hibook packs some powerful internals for a sub $200 tablet. It sports a quad-core 64-bit Intel Cherry Trail processor, which is clocked at 1.4 GHz, 4 GB of RAM, and 64 GB of expandable internal storage. Naturally, the storage is divided between the two operating systems. Android has around 9 GB and Windows has around 30 GB of accessible storage. You can easily switch between Android and Windows with just a few clicks. Switching from one OS to another takes roughly 1 minute, which is fair enough. The Hibook runs on a pretty much bare-bones Android 5.1. A great thing is that there is no bloatware, but it would have been nice to see a little bit of customization options. Overall, the UI has been working fast and fluid during the review. I didn't have any app compatibility issues. Also, it works with the attached keyboard fine, but keep in mind that swiping from one side to another and other gestures will not work as it would work on Windows. When it comes to the Windows, we have a fully activated full version of Windows 10 out of the box, and I'm pretty happy with the overall performance. I didn't have any issues doing all the basic stuff with the tablet as I would do with any other laptop. I edited a few Word documents, downloaded and installed a few apps, played 4K video on YouTube and from the microSD card, and did other stuff without any issues. I love the fact that the trackpad supports Windows 10 gestures. However, the trackpad is a bit small and it takes some time to get used to it, so you should expect some accidental touches. Overall, I'm happy with the Windows performance. Well, don't expect this tablet to be able to edit 4K video, but it works fine for more basic stuff. I have to admit that I'm not a huge gamer when it comes to Windows platform, but I love playing some games on Android. A powerful hardware allows you to play games like Assault 8 or Nova 3 on highest graphics without any issues, and the graphics look great. The device gets quite warm, but the heat does not impair a good gaming performance. All the connectivity options work fine, but the Wi-Fi range could be slightly better. Well, I compared with the iPad and the MacBook Pro, so it may not be a fair comparison after all. The tablet has a 6600 mAh battery, which is said to give you around 8 hours of use. However, I could get just around 5 hours of usage, which is still a decent result. As always, the battery life results may vary significantly depending on the usage. Chuwi Hibook is a hybrid tablet that runs both on Android and Windows in one package, and you can easily switch back and forth in less than a minute. Also, I love the fact that the tablet is well built, it has some powerful internals, and it performs great on both operating systems. However, the display is glossy, it attracts fingerprints very easily, and most importantly, it is very reflective unless used in dim environments. On the other hand, it is a good looking and sharp 1080p LCD panel overall. Also, the speakers are kind of mediocre and the cameras are terrible, well, as on the majority of budget tablets. All in all, Chuwi Hibook is still a good hybrid tablet as it has more pros than cons. For the price of just over $200, it is a good buying option, well, if you don't mind some shortcomings, which are quite common to most of the tablets in this price range anyway. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and if you want to see a more in-depth review that includes some more camera samples, benchmark results and more, please visit gizmochina.com. Also, please subscribe and check out my own TechLine HD YouTube channel for some more videos. See you soon.